What is up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In my last video I unlocked the insane power of this new 82 volt battery. Hit a top speed of 98 miles per hour, which I believe is a new unofficial record. Yet to verify that. That'll be one of the upcoming videos. But today, what I'm gonna be doing is putting this battery through its paces in terms of range. Now, if you're new to the battery scene, I'll give you a quick explanation of how batteries work. You have your voltage rating, which would be 60, 72 or 82 volts. Then you have your amp hour rating. Now your amp hour usually equates to the amount of range you're going to get. It's the capacity of the battery, but it's not an equal measure across the board. So to calculate your proper range, you need to use watt hours.
What?
And you times your voltage by your amp hours. Very confusing, I know. But in short, this is a 45 amp hour battery, but today I'm going to be testing it to see if it has the same amount of range or more as my previous 72 volt 55 amp hour battery. But yeah, this is a Diablo Spawn battery. Now having a capacity of 45 amp hours might put some people off, but in my previous video, I managed to do 30 miles on my old battery before I got down to 50% charge. So today, I'm gonna be trying to recreate that. I'm gonna be keeping it below 64 miles per hour, like I did in that video. Same weight rider, same weight bike. We're gonna be replicating the results exactly, and we can give a direct comparison between the two. The watt hour rating of this battery is 3,660, and the watt hour rating on my old battery was 3,900. So, in theory, the old battery should have slightly more range, but because I'm going to be running this at less amps due to it being higher voltage, we should see an increase in efficiency and also much less voltage sag. So without further ado, I'm going to hop out on the bike, switch over to the GoPro, and we'll see exactly what this battery can do. Starting our journey. The speedometer is correct with GPS calibration, so the range that we achieve, I'm going to be taking it from this. Should be accurate. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head out now. I've got some errands to run, so I thought perfect opportunity to get this bike up to sort of some medium to high speeds, test that range out really thoroughly. And yeah, I'll report back in a few minutes once I've got to my destination, and we'll see exactly how much range we've lost. Keep this bike today below 64 miles per hour, so I'm going to try my best to replicate exactly what we had when I last did a range test, because the 72 volt Dominator V3 battery with a capacity of 55 amp hours used to be the benchmark in range. In fact, it was a do-it-all battery, I would say. It could peak a maximum output of between 25 and 28 kilowatts. Most I ever saw was 27, but yeah, so really that is this battery's direct competitor. This battery is a bit more expensive. Oh, it's so windy. This battery is a little bit more expensive, but that's because the other one uses Samsung 50S cells and this one uses Molicel P45B cells. I think there's about £300 difference or £400 difference, but this battery comes with a charger, whereas the 72 volt, the charger is sold separately, so I think this brings down the difference by a few £100. But these figures are only if you're going to buy those two batteries from that retailer, Electron Cycles. If you're going to buy a battery elsewhere, you might find that these prices vary. They might be more expensive, they might be cheaper, and the difference between a 72 and an 82 volt might be greatly different. But yeah, so currently I've done 2.5 miles. We have lost, well, it says we've lost 9%, but I'm still at 89 volts. Iva over at Torque, she's been fantastic. She's provided me instructions on how to use the screen properly and how to set it up exactly how I want it. So to use the mode buttons as I wish, I need to use the thumb regen throttle. which disables the reverse on the minus, so then you can go up for sport, down for eco. But just because of the power of this bike and the nature of my riding, I don't like having one on my bars. I feel like having it on my bars is too easy to accidentally press, and the regen lever does lock up the wheel quite easily, so it's a bit of a sore subject for me because it has caused nearly an accident before for myself. First destination now, we've gone down from 91 volts to 88 volts. It's saying we still have 90% charge. I think in reality it's a couple percent higher than that, but yeah, brilliant. 5 miles down. I'll check in again in a minute once I've done the next 5. So yeah, see you back in a sec. So 5 miles down, first destination reached. We have travelled so far 5.6 miles. We're still showing 92% on the display, which is 88 volts. I left on 91 volts, so this is really good. 5 miles down, we've used up 8%. Now I will say, this torque display seems to settle once you've put the bike still for a second. Once you're riding along and still rolling, it's still detecting a little bit of sag, so that doesn't read 100% accurate until you've come to a stop. It's too wet.
How was that 82 volt power?
Mad.
Give us a little wheel spin.
I can't get no traction, just spinning wheels.
We've just done, we're now at 7.5 miles. We've got another 5 miles back to another place where I've got to do some errands. From there, I've got to do, we're probably going to end up on around 30 miles today, so it's going to be perfect, as I said in the intro. The thing with this battery is though, that as I come down the percentage range, as I said earlier, much less sag, so really grateful for the 82 volt right now. We are currently, it's showing 85 volts, so we've lost a little bit, still got plenty there. As I said, trying to keep it below 64, but it's hard when you've got so much power behind the throttle. Yeah, we've now covered 13.5 miles, so I do think that this battery, oh look, 60% now. Yeah, I do think that this battery is going to have less range overall than my previous battery. But just got to collect something, then we're popping back out, so yeah, we'll check in again shortly. So guys, don't know how well you can hear me, a bit windy, but we have 77 volts left, 33%. We've actually covered 27 miles, so not quite 30 yet. I do have another bit more running around to do. We'll be heading back out in a minute to film another video. Yeah, what I'm thinking so far is that it does sacrifice on the overall percentage range, but because this battery sags less, I should still be able to use this and use most of the power way down when it's sort of like at 5%. But I don't really want to get to that point because in case it does cut out and I'm far away. So yeah, I'll update you again once we hit 30, show you what the percentage is. On a project bike. Just met up with a friend on his pit bike. He's just going to give it a quick burn down the road, but don't recommend doing this for anyone watching. I'm fully legal and legit. This is going to be the last time that I'm going out today. It's getting dark, the lights are going down. We're just going to film another little clip. So guys, it's getting dark now. This is our last run. We're just coming out to film a last clip. We're filming an unrelated video, but I'm going to use the bike as transport, so we'll get a good indication of what this is like after 30 miles. We're currently on 27.5, I think, or 28. We'll definitely be on 30 by the time I get back. As I just mentioned, back on the big camera, on the big camera, the range on this battery I think has suffered a bit. Obviously when you ride something that's electric you always get range anxiety, so I don't really want to be running this much further down than, you know, 30% when I'm away from where I need to get back to. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I don't really want to keep going in case I get stranded, but it's definitely a trade-off when you have that much power. I think if I had a 50 amp hour version in the P50B cells from somewhere like an Electron, it is inferior in range compared to my other battery. So as a bit of advice, when you're considering what battery to go for, do you need range or do you need power? If you're looking for these two batteries here being similar price, including once you bought the charger, I would say if you need range, go for the other battery. But if you want power, then this battery is hands down way better. If you've got a bigger budget and you can stretch to the Diablo, the P50B battery pack, I would say go for that, to be honest. That's got a bit more range than this, the same power. It might be a comfortable middle ground. You might find that that's the best option. But that is a lot more money again, sort of £400. But yeah, I'm gonna sign out here because the sun's going down. I need to get back and I need to put the bikes away. Don't like riding in the dark. I do have a Gigigo or VTB headlight on the way. That's gonna be epic. I'll put that on this week and we'll go for some night rides. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Got some really exciting content planned. So many projects, new bikes. That's one of them. But stay tuned to see what we do with that. I have started filming the video on that 3 weeks ago. Yeah, but as always, guys, take care and I'll see you next week.